get your certificate, you are required to complete all the tasks, including the YouTube subscription. So you are going to see the instruction there in the Google Classroom. Please follow it. All right. Yes. And subscribe to the channel. So without wasting much time, we're going to dive into today's class. Okay, I'm going to be sharing my screen. Oh, wait. Right. Sorry for the short break. Let me share my screen. Okay, please confirm if you can see my screen. You can give me a thumbs up. Now, very well, very well. So let's get to the business of today. Next slide should be somewhere here. Yes. Okay. So yesterday we started data analysis expression DAX, and today we'll be doing a bit advanced stuff. Okay. Today's topic is actually smart metrics with DAX. Okay. I told you in the last class that we are going to look a bit into conditional logic, and or you call it conditional statements. Okay. So we're going to be looking at conditional statements like if and switch statements. We are also going to understand how to use logic operators. Okay. Equal to, greater than or equal to, as the case may be. You can try some other operators out. So by the end of this class, you'll be able to do more advanced DAX operation. Now, yesterday I told you people that
Please, can you share the notes?
DAX is seen. Come again, I didn't get you.
Please, can you share the notes?
Okay, the slide, I dropped the link in the description. Let me share it again.
Please, sorry,
So,
I logged in it.
okay, a moment. All right, so check the comments box again. We're going to see the slide. Yeah. So, yesterday when I was teaching, I said, consider DAX as the brain behind the powerful operation and insights you get from your data. All right. Yesterday, we looked at how to create a new column and how to create measure. Now, both creating of column and creating of measure involves you using your DAX function. Okay. So, I would want you to go through the slide as I would be teaching. Okay, let me just teach you with this. Then you have the slide in your end, so you can be going through it while we are practicalizing some of these things. So now We looked at this too yesterday. All right. How to create calculated column. Today we are going to be using this RANKX. So RANKX is a DAX function used to rank items based on specific metric. Okay, any metric that you define. If and switch, which I mentioned earlier, are conditional logic functions that return custom values. Okay, so let's get to the business of today. Now, I want you to create, I should ask it as a rhetorical question. Okay, as a trivial question. Now, if you're with Power BI, how many of you are even like practicing in class? You're with your system right now and practicing as I am teaching. So I want you to try this expression. Okay, try creating this expression, but you cannot create this as a measure. Okay, and this is the reason. If you're to calculate high quantity of products sold, all right, if you're to rank high quantity of products sold, now I name this tax flagging high quantity orders, all right. Now if you're to flag high quantity order, okay, it means you're basically going to look through all rows, right? It's not just one. It's not like when we are creating, we created the measure yesterday to just find a value, right? Okay, I cleared those measures, but I know we created some measures yesterday for total revenue, right? And now that is the result is just one output. Okay, so you are using aggregate functions. Okay, so it can be average, sum, as the case may be, to point to a result, a particular result. Okay, now, but when you want to get results across rows, you are not creating a measure again. All right. Yesterday I talked about the difference between measure and column. So you are required to create this as column. Okay. Let me demystify um, the tax here. Okay. I said flagging high quantity orders. Now, this is our table, and this column is quantity sold. Okay, I did something here, so please, so that you'll be able to get the same result as my, I would want you to follow suit. Or let me check, let me track my record and delete it. Okay, I would have to open my Power Query. Let's analyze it with Power Query one time. Holy shit. I wanted to close the table view and close the chat. Power BI.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, go ahead with your question. Why I open my Power BI again? I was supposed to
I
open.
noticed that on the data set, it's been a while, there was an upload on it. We only have the 1, 2, and 3.
Please, can you speak up? Is it from my volume?
Yeah,
Okay.
hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm saying that on the data set, what we
Okay.
have is only the 1, 2, and 3.
The 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Yes.
That's why I'm always referencing the name of the data set. I did not like what's it called? I did not label the data set the 1, 2, and 3. All right. This is SME model enhance.
No, maybe you're not
Okay.
getting me. I mean, your slide is only that of the 1, 2, and 3 that has been shared.
Okay, you mean my slide?
Yes, on the data sheet, on the data set, sorry.
Okay. That's why I said I uploaded my course resources, everything in the Google Classroom. So go to the Google Classroom. Go to the
Okay.
Google Classroom. You will see all the resources. Yes. So if okay, I guess you are talking about the one that is in the drive I shared the data set with as well.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
that yeah, okay, please that drive is no longer updated. Okay. I guess we are talking about this drive. Now, if you come to the classroom, you're supposed to see all the resources. That's why I mentioned it why I was starting the class. So
Okay,
go
so can
come
you
to
give
the
us the link to the
classroom.
classroom?
I shared it before and I'll share it again in this class. I don't know why your voice is reverbing, but then I'm going to drop it why once it comes up. So now I was trying to explain something, calculation against across rows and all. I I don't know whether anybody is confused about that explanation why my BI is loading up. So you can ask me where you're confused about that. Now, down to the other stuff we have. Let me fall back to the slide why this guy is load up. So if I want you to create this, you can try creating this as a measure. You'll see the error you will have. Okay, you see error like you first of all, this guy should be underlined because there are different cases of quantity sold. Once this guy comes up, we should practice it. And why did I say this guy will be underlined? The quantity sold will be underlined red because there are different cases of high value. That's figures greater than this, as the case may be. Okay, so talking about conditional operators, these are conditional operators. You see, when we use equal sign, less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, why this is conditional statement. Okay. For those of you doing Python, I don't know whether you've gotten to conditional statements in Python. Okay, so is no much difference here. Now let me explain this code. Yes, we should still call it code. Let me explain this function line by line or keyword by keyword. So this is to check if, okay, first of all, check the sales table, all right, and the sales table quantity sold column. Now you should look through it and check for quantity sold out that is greater than 50. All right. Then if it's greater than 50, the first string, this is a string. A string is a sequence of character. Okay. It's often used to illustrate we can say variables or words. All right. Now, when you talk about okay, I need to go this route. All right, let me come from the programming angle because even the when we go to advanced data analysis, you get to learn Python for data analysis and all, which we are going to be doing in our next cohort. All right. So now, um, there are different data types. It's not just in programming, so it cuts across. Okay, there's something called data type. So when we started in day one, we talked about data, right? And now we talked about how important data can be. Now, this data can be in different forms. Breaking it down, there are different types. Okay, it can be numbers, which are categorized under integers and floats. Okay, this is an integer. Floats are numbers that have decimal. All right. Now, then there is string. Okay, this is a sequence of character often represented in quotation mark like this. Even in programming, that is how it is. All right, it's often in quotation mark. All right. Now, there is Boolean to check for true or false value. All right. And we'll get to encounter some of them in DAX. Okay, please, I want you to follow me. It's not really difficult. All right, you can understand it, you can do it. Okay, so if you don't get this, make sure to rewind the video on YouTube, play it again and listen to it again. It would, you understand it, or you can make some research and then you understand it better. Okay, so but then let's just go with this now. This checks that checks for every case of quantity sold out that is that is greater than 50, then it flags it as high. Okay, now consider the next option or the next input that comes, an else statement. Else, it should flag it as low. Try to mute your mic.
Not forget now, just it didn't matter. Damn.
Can you mute your mic, please?
Sorry.
Okay, so else it should flag it as low. Now let me share the link once. So check the comments box. You should see the link to the Google Classroom. Please use it to join the classroom. All right, so back to what we are defining. Let me give a simple analogy for conditional statements for you. Okay, I know that there are so many persons here that are very new to tech. Okay, you maybe don't know anything about technology, but it's fine. All right, this class is designed to help you understand. Now, let's say, let me use this analogy for you for conditional statements. You have a changeover in your house, right? And depending on your different power source, whether your generator and NEPA, okay? Some persons have 3 power source. Okay, you have smart grid, solar, generator, and then I mean gasoline engine when I say generator, and then NEPA, right? Now, your changeover switch works with if statements, say it that way. So one, there are two-way changeover, right? If there is NEPA, you take it to the end, you connected your NEPA. Else, you should put it to neutral or generator. So there is, for those of you doing Python, you can define 3 cases. The same thing applies here. You can define if, else, and else if. In Python, you call it elif. Some other programming, you call it elif too, and else if, as the case may be, in other programming language. All right. But just work with if, else, and else if. If there is NEPA, let it, I wish I have a 3D model to demonstrate this. I didn't get that. I didn't have much time. I could have prepared that. So if there is NEPA, okay, let me just use a box to demonstrate this. Okay, so let's say the green box represents the NEPA switch. Okay, this guy is the neutral color. Let's use ash for it. All right, and then let's add another shape for, let's use two-way switch for now. Then let's add another shape for gen. Okay, the gen takes the blue color. All right, now this is how your changeover works, right? Okay, okay, just follow me anyhow. I'm doing the sketch, it's just for you to understand. All right, now we want to, sorry, let's have this. A moment. Okay. And then yes. Okay. So let's say you have a connector here. All right. Let's focus on the live line. Okay, you have a connector here. Now this box is your connector that connects the current to the house. So if there is light on our generator, we want to direct our connector to connect with this. Okay. And this guy spans across. Then if else, we can put it in neutral. That is moving this guy here. Okay. You can rotate it and connect with this guy. All right. Now, else, if this condition is met, we establish connection and have current in the house. Else, put it in neutral and no current comes to the house, as the case may be. Okay. Else should be empty. All right. Should disconnect. There should be a disconnection to save you from damage or anything. Then else if you connect to your generator. All right. Now the same thing, this analogy should help you understand this conditional operation. Okay, so you can define, hope I'm still in class. Okay, so you can define condition for three cases. All right, using the if conditional statement. And how this works here, now in Python, you might see yourself writing the else and else if, but then here, you just define everything with your comma, okay? Now, automatically, the first condition is assigned to whatever value you have here. Are you following me? Else, it goes to this value. All right. So if this condition is met, if our loop sees any value that is greater than 50, it records as high. Else, it should record as low. It means it's less than 50. All right. Now let's analyze our table and see whether we even have, let's see our table structure for quantity sold. Okay, if we go to quantity sold, Yes, yes, that takes me back to where we are now. We don't
Please, I'm
even
not
have
seeing
to
your screen. Oh.
really. Please, every other person confirm if you can see my screen. So if it's your network, you would.
I
Yeah,
can see
okay.
your
There's
screen.
okay, sir. Please try to fix your network. All right, and follow up. So back to the table view. Let me load the Power Query editor. Now, at your end, you see that you have some empty columns or null columns, right? But then this is what I did so that you'll be on the same page with me. Okay, let me let this guy load. All right. Okay, okay. The case is yes, if I can cancel it so that I will be in the same page with you. So I don't know why this guy is taking a bit of time. Now, if you check your quantity sold column, you will notice that I think the maximum we have there is even less than 5 or so. All right. Uh,
I'm not seeing your
so
screen.
we will not confirm if you can see it now.
I can see the
Let-
screen.
Okay. So please try to fix your network if you cannot see my screen. I believe my network is strong. Okay. So our Power Query editor has loaded. Now, I'm going to cancel this so that I'll be in I'll be on the same page. So if we look at quantity sold, we are seeing that some column is recording null. All right. So and if we should check for our maximum value, you can write an expression to check this. There's a function for max. Okay. So but then you can just scan through and you see that our maximum here is even 3. All right. So we don't actually have a value greater than 5. Now, what do we do? To just test this operation temporarily, I would want you to replace all your null sales with the value 10. Okay, so let's calculate with 10. So you right click on the column name and then select replace values. Remember, you can also access it from here. All right, so it's the same thing. Now, the first one, the first field, you type in null, and then this other field, type in 10. So every case of null, we want to replace it with 10. So go ahead and do that, and boom, we have that. Now, we can use this to flag high quantity order testing, all right? Now, um, this means when you have real data set that have this problem, okay, you can easily calculate them, okay? So I'm seeding this for our demo practice. Hope you understand that. So now, we are going to calculate this, all right? So using the conditional statement, and I told you this is not going to be a measure because it's looping through each row. We are definitely going to have value per row, okay? So now we are going to, it means we are going to create a column named high quantity, okay? So we want to flag high quantity orders. So let's name a column high quantity. We can follow the pattern of adding a custom column and then impute your expression. So go ahead and do that. New column. The column name is high quantity, right? High underscore quantity. Okay, and then here is where we have our expression. So I'm going to move this. I already have a force sign. So this is what we need. Okay. So now we don't have 50. Let's use 5 since we have 10. Okay. Let's use 5. Once it's greater than 5, you should flag it as high. And once else, you should flag it as low. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. And is going to create the column. All right. Okay. Let me see why that guy. Let me save the operation. I do not follow the column. Let me create it from here. Remember, I told you can create two columns from two end. Okay, from there or from here. Let me see. There is a query that is pending. I could have opened a new program. Okay, let this load. So I want you to try this out in your end, and if you're able to get the results, just drop it in the comment section. Try the other tasks as the case may be. Okay, so these are just tasks for you to practice. Okay,
Hello?
these are just, go ahead.
Yeah, I tried the custom column. I'm there, but it didn't pop up that line under custom column formula.
I don't know why your voice is very. You said under where?
I have clicked on new custom column.
Okay,
I've given the name, but under the
and what?
second tab where we have custom column formula, I don't, that's why I'm confused.
Okay, so follow me as I do it right now. Now I was trying to illustrate that. I told you you can create your column from two end. Okay, you can create it as just a normal column. Now, first, right click on sales. You should follow this step I'm about to use as we're going to use this. So remember, we create our new measure from here, and I told you can as well create new column from here. So right click on sales and new column, and then type your formula up here. It will come up for you to type. Okay. Okay, this is already existing. Let me delete it. I used it when I was testing for you. So in your case, when you type it, this this guy is not loading fast. I want to be showing you timely. Now, let me still use this slide and illustrate. So this is where you went to custom column, and you are seeing those two fields that came up, right? The first field has option for the column name, right? That's where you type this guy. Okay, high quantity. Then the second field has custom column formula. Now, what should be there is this, all right, in front of that equal sign, and you have your results. Are you with me? So the second way, which is the one I want to also illustrate now, is this. Let me delete this case. It's already existing, so it will have a conflict. I'll delete it from my model. Delete from model. So let me recreate it from here. So the second practice is this, what I'm about to do right now. So right click on sales, you see new column. So select new column. It's going to come up here for you to add. Oh my God. I don't know why my system is lagging these days. So once it comes up, you can be trying the same thing from your end, please. Try it now. Once it comes up, input this formula, all right? High quantity equals if open bracket sales. I told you the table name is often the one outside, and then the column name is the one inside square brackets. I made mention of this in the last class. So open bracket sales, then the column name, which we are focusing on, quantity sold, then define it to be less than 10, less than 5, which is what we are using because of our own value. Okay, when I designed this slide, I have not checked the data set. Okay, so let's create that. Okay, yes, right click on sales, new column, and then you type your formula here, up here. All right, you see that. So is going to create as a new column. Okay, and then show. Oh, are you seeing I'm having error here? First of all, who can tell me why I'm having error here? I'm using quantity sold. Where should your mind go to first if you see a case like this? This code, the structure is how it's supposed to be, but why do you think I'm having error here? If you hover on it, it's saying something, cannot find name, quantity sold. If you have the answer, open up and let me hear you, or drop it in the comment box. Let me open my dashboard. In fact, I have a prize. The person that wins it wins an airtime this night. I want you to be able to fix bugs.
I think the bracket is not complete.
No, that is not the case. The error is saying cannot find name, quantity sold. If you try to commit, it will bring an error because that is not correct. Who is
Okay,
getting it? Who is getting
maybe the table name is not tally with what is there on the column.
Okay,
There's nothing like
you can see my
quantity sold on the table name. The
okay.
table, there's no
Are you
column
sure of what
in the data set. That particular name, that quantity sold is not telling what is in the data set. I guess so.
I don't want to give you a spool, but look at you can see my whole screen, right?
I can see your screen, but you know the data set, I can't see it with this screen. So we'll have maybe it is a typing error from maybe, if the name, this name does not tally with what is in the data set, you might be getting error.
I've zoomed my data view. So I want you to be sure.
Okay, your data field. Okay.
I've zoomed my data view. So look at it.
Okay, your data view, I can see quantity sold. The quantity sold from your data view, I can see quantity sold from your data view. But this quantity sold now from data view, there's no underscore there.
Thank you. Okay, what's the name? Drop your phone number. You won an airtime.
Thank you.
So even me, I want airtime.
Hello.
Even me, I want airtime.
Yeah. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. While I did what you asked us to do, my own came out with an error. It's an expression error. The name Eve wasn't recognized.
Okay, make sure you type capital because all the statements are always capital letter.
Yeah, I typed the Eve on capital.
Then you open brackets.
Exactly.
You close your brackets.
Yes.
You are not supposed to have that error.
Okay, no
if you
problem.
can share your screen, if you can screenshot and send, to the group or anywhere I can see, or send to me so we can trash it. But then look at
Okay.
this. It has corrected.
Yeah, I noticed one mistake I corrected, but it's now showing table dots add column. So expression syntax error token expected.
Okay. So be sure until you fix this whole thing. I know why I'm spending time here, and I know why I did this game. Please, I'm serious with the person that wants one airtime. Drop your comment, drop your phone number.
Is there an underscore between quantity and sold?
In our table, there is no underscore here. This is because I did not clean properly. Now remember, when we were doing when we started, I told you people that unclean data sets can cause you so many problems, and reason why you should format it properly. Now I'm using correct formats, all right, having an underscore, but then in my data set, the quantity sold here does not have underscore. So to fix that error there now, you can see that this is the high quantity we are about creating is having error. All right. Field list item has an error. Okay, so to fix that problem, I will have to either rename this properly. Okay, so right click and rename, add underscore here, and then hit enter.
I'm not
So you can do this from your Power Query. Okay, and that is the
even
best,
seeing the data
safest way to do.
set.
I don't know why my system. Okay, so it has renamed. Now you see that the error here automatically goes out. And every case, even where we have used it already, they have to change in format. This one now have underscore. Do you get that? So if I should select the high quantity DAX expression column we created, you'll see that there is no more error here. Okay, because the column name is matching. So I urge you to not be scared of errors when you see them. Read it and you'll be able to debug it. Okay. So I'm going over again. I said this yesterday, how to identify or know how to name your column and the table. All right,
So,
because knowing these basics.
so
Okay, let
it's
me just
rename we are going to use for the quantity sold, are we?
go ahead. Come again.
Is it rename? Rename.
Yes, you can use rename to rename it and add underscore. If yours had underscore, I know we did cleaning initially, but because of the class, maybe I would just come and import the data set so that we can start. Okay, because this guy was loading slow yesterday, so that was why I had to import it, start it before time, before class, so that we'll not have to waste time trying to wait for Power BI to come up and all that. So now, check for other cases that needs. I think this guy we added underscore also. So if yours have, you're good. Else you might need to affect it. So make sure when you are creating your functions, okay, the names are matching with what you're typing. So that is how you don't get error. Okay, so for example, if I'm to use the if conditional statement, once I just type if, okay, the expression comes out. I even typed it in small letter, but you are seeing it showing you in capital letter. So this is the right thing to select, and then it adds that opening bracket for you to now type in your solution inside. Okay, and when you are done, be sure to close it with a bracket. Are you with me? So that is what you're to do. I would want you to try out this other tax. Is a try revenue level. You should be able to know now which should be a column and which should be a measure. Okay, so revenue level. Now, categorizing orders by revenue size. Is it going to be a measure or is it going to be a column? Nobody. Is it going to be categorizing the second tax here, categorizing orders by revenue size? Is it supposed to be a measure or is it supposed to be a column?
A measure.
It's
A
a
measure.
measure,
A measure.
not column.
Why?
Okay. The revenue size, you're you're measuring the size at which it goes now.
Okay, you're actually wrong. And I said something earlier that for you to, when you use measure, is when you want to calculate aggregates, okay, like average sum or something. But when you want to make a calculation that have different cases or different occurrence, all right, different occurrence, there is revenue generated from different sales record. There are different orders, all right. It's not just one order that is placed in a day. Okay, but we want to find a sum of something, like you are uh, driving towards having a single output, a number. That is when you create a measure. You don't need a column for it. So these people should be preparing for your main test. So this, something like this is a measure. Okay, I'm in today's class. Yes, this is a measure. Column is different. Now I want you to try these other test steps, and let's use this guy. Let's use the rank function. Okay, so now this is used to identify top selling products. Okay, now let's say we want to rank top selling products, and across the table you use this rank function. Please, I want you to practice this and get to see it in your end. Let me just do this and then we'll call it a day. You look at your assignment. Yes. So this also needs to be a column. Now, what parameters do we need? Remember, I told you before you get to do anything, you look at the parameters you want. The products and the sales, they are and total sale, they are all in the sales table. Okay. Total sales is a measure. We don't have it.
Please, I'm not seeing your screen.
Okay, please try to fix your network, please. So how do you calculate total sales? Oh, this system is lagging. How do you calculate total sales? I used a measure in that calculation. Look at it. There is no total sale in our data set. You are supposed to calculate this. This is what? A measure. This is sum of something, right? I'm already giving a spoke, but then I asked a question. So you first of all need to know how to calculate your total sales. Okay. Total sales. When you talk about sales, that's it involves both the quantity you sold, all right, the amount you sold it, both unit cost and your selling price. So you have to work with the uh, data we have, all right. So calculate for total sales. I think is one of the measures I included in yesterday's class. I say you should complete. So, and use it to calculate this ranking. All right. Our time is already fast spent. This 9:04. Okay, so now I would want to receive your questions. I want to receive your questions before we call it a day. The person that is not seeing my screen, hope you are seeing now. Hope everybody can hear me.
Yes, we can see your screen and hear you.
Okay, please, I want you to open up for your questions. Go ahead with your questions. This is a measure, right? Calculating total revenue. Okay, so you can, yesterday we calculated total revenue as a measure, right? But calculating it in percentage. Now it will have to do with you dividing and multiplying by 100. When you want to calculate, okay, this calculation is actually across row percentage of each revenue. Now, when you want to know a percentage out of a range of sale, it is the percentage you want to sort for, right? Over 100, then times the okay, we have to calculate the output in percentage. Is the total number of sales, all right? The number of sales you want to sort for over the total number of sales, then times 100 over 1, right? So now the same principle applies. All those things you've been learning in mathematics, you get to apply them for your analysis, all right? Then I want you to try out all these tasks and submit it also in the classroom. There is just a few tasks I put on. I know why I said you should practice it. When you practice it, you get acquainted to it. Okay. And then I would post this worksheet. I've not posted it yet in the classroom. You get to fill it accordingly. Okay. And some of these basic questions I treated. Okay, I'm coming to your question. Some of these basic questions I treated, I would tend to bring them up again so you can attend to them as the case may be. So somebody was trying to speak. You can go ahead with your question.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay.
I actually meet I think yesterday and the day the network was bad. I wanted to know, for me to follow up with this class, do I need to go back first to treat what you did before I can get all these um, questions or be able to do all these things you've given for today?
Yes. You need to actually learn from yesterday's class, and I would also advise you go through the slide because I tend to give step-by-step guide in the slide.
Okay, so all of them is based on today that sheet.
Yes. So yesterday class was a preamble, like a basic structure. We spent a lot of time yesterday. It was the basic structure for what we are learning today. Yeah.
But sir, I don't know this the formula you use now, this rank there. And I don't
Okay.
know how we can calculate that rank actually because I didn't really get it. How to come about the, or is
Mhm.
it that it will calculate it automatically for me, or how?
Yeah, it's like just like your sum function. Okay, it would rank automatically for you. Now, for who is sharing again? You can exit your companion mode, please. So, for example, I made mention of the total sales being a measure. Yes, this is where we are. Now, this guy, you have to first of all create it for you to solve this. Okay, you already have products, but you don't have total sales. So solve for total sale using the DAX measure from yesterday. All right. and then you can then use it to make your calculation. Okay, you see that when you are typing some of this field, it just come up because you have them, and when the name is not matching with what is in your model, data model, it will flag an error. Okay, so the rank is a function. This is the bracket. All functions start with an open bracket. Okay, so just like when you declare, once you type your sum function, immediately you see an open bracket come up. The same thing with the if statement. Some of these keyword and functions, when you use them, automatically it comes up with that open bracket because that's the syntax. Okay, that's the pattern. When you talk about syntax, this class will be favoring those of you that are learning Python because you're already hearing of all these things. So when you talk about syntax for
Please, I cannot hear you.
Please, I can't hear you.
I think his network is bad.
Seems so.
can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So
Yes,
Loud and clear.
yes, I can
so
hear
I
you.
was I was talking about
You can't hear again. No, no screen, no audio.
sharing. Okay. So please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear.
very well. Very well. So I was trying to illustrate how um, syntax matters, all right? And the code, the person was asking how to solve the ranking function, the ranking expression, okay? So now I was trying to make you understand that some of those keywords are function, okay? Just like you have your sum function in Excel and Python, as the case may be, these are functions that you get to use to make calculations, all right, in Power BI for our own scenario. Now, you following the pattern that you're writing it, that is having it in a bracket, is you following the syntax. And I was explaining that you should understand syntax as a laid down pattern or structure that you are meant to follow to writing your functions, okay, in Power BI. All right, you get to hear syntax every other place. They are laid down patterns. You get to hear it in Python, so and other programming language. So that is it basically. All right, so you get the logic. Create this, okay, and you'll be able to use it to calculate this. Yes, I think I've answered that question. Any one more question before I end the class for tonight? If there's any question, you can open up. The person that won airtime this night, you are not in the group. If you're in the group, I cannot see your phone number in the comment box. And drop it here
Please,
or in the
please, this group thing, when would people like us be
eh,
added to this group? I registered for this before it started. When will we be added to this WhatsApp group?
the group stuff. so many persons are joined today. So many persons joined today. So many persons have received their mail today. I know about that. So yours is going to come also. All right. So meanwhile, I told you people from yesterday's class that um, the Google Classroom is also there to ensure that you are not lagging behind. So make sure you join the classroom and be updated with all the tasks that you're meant to do. Submit all your assignments. I'm seeing all of them. Okay. Please try to keep
So,
to
sir, how do we
deadline.
ask me join the group, sir? Please.
The group, the mail is being
The data
sent to
analysis
you.
group.
Are you talking about this classroom? This classroom, I've shared the link. Should I share it again?
No, I mean I thought data analysis has a WhatsApp group.
Yes,
Or is it, are
yes.
you
And I
talking of
said,
general group?
no,
I'm not in that data analysis group.
that's what I'm saying, that the mail to join the group is being sent. Okay, so you would get you get a mail
I didn't
with the
receive
group.
any mail.
It's coming. It's going to
Me
come.
too. I
Okay,
haven't received that email.
Yes, it's going to come. A good number of persons joined the group today. Those of you that have been
okay,
there, you should notice. So there's a process, is in process. Okay. So having
okay.
All right.
handled all this, you're
Hello,
welcome.
sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I think I can stop the recording now.
Yeah, I appreciate all you've been doing, trying to satisfy